are back in like the Kingaroy area, my hometown area this weekend. Bit of a last minute decision, coming out to see Dean and Renee again. They're doing a masterclass school. I'm not going to join this one or anything, just catch up with them and the girls. And then we're actually going to have to leave the van here and go home and borrow one of my dad's cars, because this thing on the way down, it just stopped and went into limp mode about 30 times, and a 2-hour trip took 4 hours. So we're going to leave it here and get it fixed up. I've actually got some parts already, like sitting in the van here, so we're just going to get that sorted, go home, and hopefully when we come back this van will be up and running again.
Ready? Couple more.
Are you pumping up my tyres, Maya?
Nearly there, keep going. All done? Is that
Yeah, done.
Yeah. We're on
Good
13.
job.
Are we happy with 13?
Oh, a little bit more, okay.
Can you warm it up, Uncle Joe? Can you warm it? Go again. Good leg. Can you update? Do you want to update now or no?
Are you good?
Yeah, I've been recording it the whole time.
Alright, so I just did a warm-up moto, and then just some technique motos, but I think I'm going to have to call it there because the bike's making a weird ticking noise and I don't want the thing to blow up, so I'm just going to err on the side of caution and leave it for today. Bit of a bummer, but it's dirt bikes. Just popped into Nan's for dinner and a bit of memorabilia. Couple teams from back in the day, got our posters. So heaps has been going on since we're at Next Level MX Farm. Obviously I had those couple little bike issues, and then the van was playing up. Took us 4 hours to do a 2-hour trip. So had to make some big calls that week. It's like obvious that once we go racing and we're doing those big trips, I can't be in a van that's, you know, going 40 kilometers an hour up the highway. So I left that in Kingaroy with the mechanic and just said, hey, we just need to get it fixed. Just whatever it's got to get, we'll get. And then with the bike, it's awesome. I love the Raceline KTM, but just the thing about being a privateer racing a 250, it's so expensive. To do the hours I want to do, I'd be having to rebuild the bike just about every 3 or 4 weeks. So it's just crazy expensive when you're paying for everything. So right now I'm in the old work van and I've traded my 250 in for this 450. So that's pretty sick. Keen as to get out and test it. The call basically was just 450, for those who don't know, is actually way cheaper to run than a 250. Like when you're trying to race, just because for starters you don't need to do anything to the motor to make it fast. It's fast already. I'm 65 kilos, it's barely gonna know I'm on there. And then on top of that, like just the scheduled maintenance stuff, If you run a 250, it's high revving, you really need the thing to rebuild it every 20-25 hours. This, hopefully, from what I hear, I shouldn't have to touch it for around 60 hours. Go check it out, see how the piston's doing, and a lot of the times people are saying that, you know, you can run it and the piston will look like brand new after 60 hours. So that's what we're doing out here today at this grass track. Just going to test it out. Obviously it's going to be a big adaptation to jumping on the 450, but I'm super excited about it. And yeah, we'll get in. And Michaela wasn't able to come today, so I won't have the camera girl, but I might get some of the boys to jump on the camera and see if they can, how they go video a little bit. Alright guys, update from my ride yesterday. First ride in the 450. Thing is so fast, it's awesome. We did change the setup a lot, so it was a bit to get used to. I went a lot stiffer. I basically, now I'm on the same bike, I asked the Raceline guys, hey, just build me Dean Ferris's setup, which is a cool thing they can do because you can buy all the parts that they run on their team. And yeah, the bike was a lot stiffer, so that's going to be a bit to get used to, but I felt pretty comfy on it, to be honest. I felt like I was riding quicker than I was on the 250 on day one, which sort of surprised me. And then the only sections I really felt like I struggled was the like more wide open sections where you're sort of on the edge of the tyre. It just feels like I got a lot of bike underneath me, so I was a bit hesitant. But it's only day one. I feel like we'll improve a lot from there. So yeah, I was pretty pumped on that. It's just fun too. Like any time you jump on a different bike, it's super fun and just makes things enjoyable again, I guess. So what I'm doing today, to sort of move on from that a little bit, now that I've got the bike, and as I was speaking about with not having to worry so much now about like parts and all that sort of thing, I should be able to do the hours on the bike that I want to do and just focus on my training now. So what I've done is I've sat down with Full Force Fitness. They're going to do all my programming, but I'm sort of organising the long-term program. So I've got a schedule here now. It's basically going to take me from now through to the end of the MX Nationals. Going through everything like my pre-season, the sort of training I'm going to do, which for me it's a lot of just, I'll be doing skills work and speed because that's why I just need to be faster. Not too much focused on motos and that sort of stuff because, you know, like I need the speed to come first and then I'll build my fitness around it. And so I got to get a bit stronger, obviously, work on my mobility. With the 450, it's a lot of bike underneath me. So I've got all that lined out now as a like whole long-term program, and I've got my week-to-weeks as well and like my microcycles. So this will sort of show everything I'll do for the week. I've got it Monday through Sunday, all planned out, and it's like starting off slow. So I've got a total training volume of 8 hours 20 for this week. And yeah, I'm excited to start on a real program now that I've got it a bit sorted. Obviously, I wish I had this a couple months ago, but it's all good. We've still got about 2 months now till round one, so we'll work at it, and I think I'll be in a pretty good position by then. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me through all the crap and following along. We've actually got some more big changes coming next week with how I'm going to do everything and how we're going to try to go around and work with the Motocross Masterclass a bit more. As you've seen, I guess, from the previous videos, I've been doing a bit with Dean and Renee with the Motocross Masterclass, and we're looking at building on that relationship. I've been working with Dean now for a couple of years, and I sort of understand his training techniques and everything, and we're sort of going to use all the knowledge I've got now from the masterclass and studying the program, and now I can pass that on to some people and help out with some schools and stuff. So that's a plan we're working on. We haven't got all the details sorted just yet, but once we get that a bit more sorted, I'll update you and yeah, see where we go moving forward. But I'm excited. Everything seems to be coming together now finally, so super pumped on it all. Again, thanks heaps for watching. Subscribe so you can see it, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.